So, Dr. Conte, recently the Trump administration has withdrawn the United States away from the Paris Climate Accord. So, can you explain what the Paris Climate Accord is?
Sure. And this is the second time that Trump has moved the US out of the Paris Climate Accords. And so Paris was a big turning point because this was the first time we had all countries on the earth agree to make pledges that they would contribute to trying to limit the rate of temperature increase as a result of anthropogenic greenhouse gas emissions. And the target that they were shooting for, this was 2016, they wanted to limit the increase in global average temperature to 1.5 degrees Celsius above the pre-industrial levels, right? So going back to like the 1840s, we wanted to have the temperature be limited to 1.5 degrees Celsius above. And the big thing about that, having every country on the planet agree to pledge that they are going to contribute this, that's a huge accomplishment in many ways, right? So if we think about the costs that firms are trying to minimize when they're producing things, the cost of environmental regulation are one of those costs. And so the problem with having just a small set of countries restrict emissions is that firms can just move from those countries to other countries where those environmental regulations aren't in place. So
Are some of the countries, right, who are part of the accord, are they actually closer to achieving any of their goals that they?
that's a great question. And so the way Paris was set up was there was not a body that, because these are sovereign countries, we can't tell the countries what they need to do. In Paris, each country was able to set its own target, and these were called nationally defined contributions. No kind of third party verification or auditing process to even see if the countries were doing what they pledged to do. And you're going to do something 16 years in the future is almost like you don't really have to do anything. Paris Accord did reduce emissions globally. It did not reduce emissions to the extent that made the planet on schedule to limit emissions to 1.5 degrees Celsius.
Okay, I think that's all the questions that I have for you regarding the Paris Accord. I'd like to thank Dr. Conte for joining us on Tiny Talks today. And thank you and have a great day.